Hey everyone, it's Steve Pomerantz, and it's a Sunday afternoon during coronavirus lockdown. One of the stages, one of the activities that I do is come into my room and I started practicing. And, I'm always practicing, especially with the band, but this gives me a time to delve back into things that I've always wanted to do and music that I've always wanted to play better, but really never had the time or the opportunity. So the kind of music I'm talking about is jazz, and it's not something that a lot of people are that familiar with these days. But the people that I listen to, I basically listen to piano players quite a bit. Chick Corea, Bill Evans is a favorite of mine. Back in the '60s and the '70s, the '80s, and so on, he forged the way for helping us to hear songs and the chord changes that go along with them in a different manner. So I've been studying that. And basically, also, I've been studying this new book by Joe Pass, the Joe Pass guitar style. And usually, when I see a book like this, I've been playing a long time, I read music and know a lot of theory. I usually get to maybe page 30 or something before I come to a spot where it's new information for me. Basically, on this book, I came to page 6, and it stopped me in my tracks. And I want to play a little bit of what we're talking about. If you know, say anything about the blues, you'll know, that it's the sound, basically, in this case, a G seventh chord to a C chord, C seventh chord, and back to G seventh. Basically to C. This is going to be like a 12-bar blues. And there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of enhance the sound a little bit. You may be more familiar with that kind of incense, but it's the same chords. You hear those 3 chords? So that's a basic 12-bar blues, but the way Joe Pass is suggesting you play it is the same chords, only you're now adding some more interesting elements, more complicated elements. It's like speaking with, a 7-year-old, and this is the kind of the language, simple language. But then when you start adding things like it starts to get a little more complicated, a little more interesting. Do you hear that? Same chords, but he's approaching in a different way. He's going. Do you hear the chords there? There's that. So that's what I'm doing on a Sunday afternoon, trying to figure all this stuff out and all the different keys, and then trying to come up with some improvisation lines that kind of fit this stuff. So it's a little more complicated. So the typical blues would be. So it would be like that, but this is different, and I haven't figured it out yet. It's very dissonant in ways. Anyway, that's it for a Sunday afternoon. I'll see you next time.